trip out west. I know you did this intentionally, knowing what you have coming up. What do you hope to, routine-wise, get out of this trip to Oregon State?
Yeah, I mean, we got to get used to it, right? Travel in general, and especially our West Coast trips. So we went to our scrimmage and traveled 5 hours on a bus. So now we're going to just be in the air. So I want these as a young group to get an early road test, and it's a hard place to play out there. They draw really well, so against a really well-coached team. So this will be good for us, and then we got to go to Florida State in a week from then. So we got to be ready to go and be tested.
I know everything is a learning process for you with this team, but with two powerful road games.
Yeah.
Again, what do you hope to take from these next 10 days with this group and seeing what they do?
Yeah, again, it's just an opportunity for us to learn and to get prepared for the Big Ten, which is ultimately what this non-conference is about, right? So I thought it would be good. That's why we scheduled a game early on, too, when we were looking at, dates of possibilities. I thought, let's play them early in the first couple weeks. And same thing with Florida State. So again, it'll be a tough game in a tough environment, but that's what we're going to face it every single night in the Big Ten on the road. So I think this will prepare us well. And they're a different type of team too, because they're big. They're super methodical and deliberate offensively. So it'll test us even in style. It's something we haven't seen yet this year.
What did film review for Illinois State look like, and how was it different maybe compared to the last couple of years when you had a veteran team and they knew what to do?
Yeah, each and every day really from film. We're watching more film this year than we ever have before. We start every day of practice in the film room, which is something that I just think this team needs. So whether it's watching film from practice or obviously from a game, there's just so much to learn from it. So there was a lot of really good things that we did from Illinois State, and I think that this group, as we are continuing to grow, you got to take what we did well and really make sure they don't get caught up in all the things we're not doing and that we got to improve on. There's a lot of things that we got better from SEMO to Illinois State, so we gotta kind of celebrate those small wins too. And then obviously just a lot to all the learning points, and we had a good day yesterday of watching film and then getting on the court and really addressing us and cleaning up a lot of things, and then today we'll get into Oregon State.
Just to games, Destiny, Jackson, the conversations being, what have you kind of seen from her building forward, and kind of looking to see if she got this next step in stretching?
I'm really proud of where she's at in terms of her being a freshman, playing 30-some minutes a game, and just her turnovers. How she's taking care of the basketball, I think, is one of the biggest not surprises, but one of the things I'm most happy about, because usually as a freshman, that's the hardest thing. They're turning the ball over. Her scoring will come, but really, I thought she had made a huge defensive improvement from the first couple games into last game against Illinois State, and really starting to understand our concepts, our principles. I thought she did. Her on-ball defense was the best it's been, and her just ability to take care and value possessions has been really big for us.
I don't want to take for granted, we've seen you have veteran point guards for the last 3 years. Can you put in context the challenge of being a freshman point guard in your system specifically?
I think, in our system, in every system, look at across the board in men's or women's college basketball, when you have a veteran point guard, everything flows better, right? You see our men's team with Kylan this year as opposed to Kylan last year. Totally different, and obviously it's going to benefit them. So it's hard. It's hard to be a freshman point guard in any system. We run a lot of different things, so understanding all of our plays, understanding what we want, second, third, fourth options, being able to get everyone into those and be a leader, plus having to defend one of the better players, plus having to run the team, plus having to be vocal. It's just a lot. So that's where I just look at it, she's doing a really good job of everything worth throwing on her. And plus, I'm a hunter nonstop. Like your point guard, I'm trying to expedite her learning. So, she has to deal with me all the time, on her about every little thing. And I think she's handled it, probably way better than most freshmen would.
I know you've talked a lot just about the front court, the challenges of defensively, what that looks like. What have you kind of seen from those players as they grow into that role this season?
Yeah, we gotta, it's different. So Illinois State, we knew they were going to pound it inside, and we got to do a better job of making those, first off, making entries harder. Second off, really, our guards have to do a better job of digging and helping. We didn't do really anything of our principles in terms of post defense the other night. So that's something, good film to learn from. And we're going to get tested again because, again, they got 6'8", 6'5", 6'3" on Oregon State, and it's a team effort. You can't just keep putting people on islands defensively. So we got to guard as a team, and it's something, again, this team just has to learn. And I think the film and the situations the other night are going to help us.
That size is a different matchup than you've seen
Yeah.
to this point. What do you hope to see out of Letty? It seems she'll have to
Yeah, actually it's probably a better matchup for us than, playing some of these undersized big that, are super active and take you off the bounce. So, they really keep their centers home and they don't move around a lot. So where it may present some challenges of finishing more at the rim, we're going to get pull-ups. And I think it's, an opportunity for Letty and Haven to have someone where they can sit and bang on and that isn't as mobile and isn't as guard-like as some of the non-conference, undersized posts we face. So I'm really excited about just a different look, a different style. But they're going to make us guard for 30. They're super, again, disciplined and running their the whole shot clock down and making you guard.
You made a point to put Aaliyah out there against Illinois State. You made her point to put her out there in a critical spot in the second half. Just what do you like about what you've seen from her post-injury as she comes back and just tries to find a role for herself?
She was playing really well before her last, little setback. So I have full confidence in her. That's why I wanted to get her a few minutes, but it's also hard to put. It's not fair for a kid to put them out there when they hadn't practiced a ton. So as she works her way back, she gives us so many different things. She's poised at that point guard. She can play off the ball too. She can shoot the three at a high level, which is critical. I really believe in her defense and her ability to keep people in front. And she's played college basketball before, so she has a good understanding of what we need, what it takes, and just her vocal leadership is really important to us as well.
I know you've talked just about the film and how much this team maybe embraced that. What have you maybe seen that show up so far this season, and how can that benefit this team?
Yeah, with just how many new experiences and situational basketball plays, like trying to utilize film to the best of whatever we can, because where last year we could always reference, well, remember this game when we were in this way, or we guarded it like, whoever, and we had all those moments together. We don't have that now, so it's teaching moments daily, it's teaching moments in film, and I think they've done a really good job of trying to take those teaching points and carry them over onto the court. So again, we've done more film play than we ever have. And I do think some of it's going to take time to carry over, but I did see a lot of improvement even from SEMO to Illinois State and in some certain areas that we want to try to get better at.